And a great part of what we inherited was a very profitable, huge textile factory in full operation. My father made it still bigger and more profitable. When he died, I took control of it. But I had very bad luck. Everything went wrong, explained Jim. So, what exactly happened? Asked Max. For quite some time I made no changes, since things seemed to be going fine. But then competitors started to emerge everywhere, and sales began to drop off. Our product was the best there was, so I was hoping our customers would see that our competitors' product, though cheaper, was inferior. But our customers knew nothing about cloth or fabrics. If they had, they would have understood that our product was better. But they kept choosing the products of the newer, trendier companies. Jim took a deep breath. Remembering all that was not easy. Max kept quiet. He didn't know what to say. Jim continued. I lost a lot of money, but the business was still in operation. I tried to simplify things and reduce the size of the business, cut costs as much as I could, but the smaller we got, the lower the sales went. We considered creating a new brand, but couldn't find the backers to invest in it. The market wanted foreign brands. That didn't leave me too many options. I thought about opening a chain of my own stores and researched it for almost a year. When we finally did, I wasn't able to cover the cost of the stores. Sales just weren't high enough. I started to default on my loan payments. So I had to sell the factory, the land, my house, all my property. I had everything, all I ever wanted, and I lost it all. Luck was never on my side. What did you do then? Asked Max. Nothing. I didn't know what to do. All the people who had been on my side were now walking away. Even my wife left me. I'd ruined that relationship, too. I went from one job to the next, but couldn't fit in. It reached a point where I even knew what hunger was. For the last 15 years, I have been trying to survive the best I can, making a living off the tips I get for running errands, and even accepting a little help from the folks in my neighborhood. Life hasn't brought me very much luck. Jim didn't feel like going on, so he asked his childhood friend, And what about you? What of your life? Have you had any luck? Max smiled. As you'll remember, my parents were poor, even poorer than yours when you were in the neighborhood. My origins are more than humble, you know that well. They were precarious. Many nights we had nothing to eat. Do you remember that even your mother brought us food sometimes because she knew how hard things were for us at home? I think you also know I wasn't able to go to school. I just studied in the so-called college of life. I started working when I was 10, just after you and your family disappeared so mysteriously. Max continued. I started washing cars. Then I got a job in a luxury hotel as a bellboy. Later I got promoted and worked as a doorman at several luxury hotels. When I was 22, I took a big chance. What did you do? Asked Jim with some curiosity. I bought a small workshop that was about to close. I bought it with a loan and all the savings I had at the time. It was a workshop that made leather bags. I had seen all kinds of bags at the restaurants and fancy hotels where I'd worked, so I knew what the rich liked. I just had to make what I had carried so many times in my hands as a bellboy. Max went on. At first I had to make the bags and sell them at the same time. I worked nights and weekends. The first year was very good, and I invested everything I made in more raw material and traveled all over the country to find out what other people were doing. I had to know more than anyone else about leather bags. I learned a lot visiting stores. I asked anyone I saw with a leather bag what it was they liked or disliked about their bag. Max remembered with passion those first years. He continued, Sales started to go up. For 10 years, I reinvested everything I made. I looked for new opportunities where I thought they could be found. Each year, I modified the bags that sold best, always improving their design. I never left a problem at the workshop unsolved for the next day.